बात है बाबा तो साथ है तो डरने की क्या बात है तो पास है तो डरने की क्या बात है बाबा तो साथ है तो डरने की क्या बात है When you hear I have no fear Oh my Baba you are my dear When you hear I have no fear Oh my Baba you are my dear चलते रहे हम चलते रहे तेरे नक्शे कदम पर चलते रहे गाते रहे गुनगुनाते रहे गीत खुशी के हम गाते रहे हो जिसका हो साथी खुद भगवान जिसका हो साथी खुद भगवान उसको रोकेगा क्या आंधी या तूफान हम चल पड़े हैं अब बाबा के धाम हम चल पड़े हैं अब बाबा के धाम जीवन हुआ ये अब उसके नाम तू साथ है तो डरने की क्या बात है तू पास है तो डरने की क्या बात है बाबा तो साथ है तो डरने की क्या बात है तो साथ है तो डरने की क्या बात है
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. This is Sister Shireen from Tampa, and I have the great honor of introducing Sister Mohini today. And many of you know Sister Mohini as one of the Yagya's regional coordinators. And many of you know that she has been with Baba for more than 60 years. And many of you know that she has taken sustenance from Sakar Baba and Mama. But what many of you don't know about Sister Mohini is a few things. First, she is an amazing student. She is such a sincere student, and not just of the Murli, but she is a very sincere student of anyone who is giving a class. She's willing to listen, and she's always taking notes, and she's referring back to the class. And so that is an amazing feature I always appreciate in Sister Mohini. And another thing about Sister Mohini that you might not know is her intellect. She has a broad intellect, a refined intellect, a far-reaching intellect, and most importantly for today's topic, she has a very subtle intellect. And the other thing about Sister Mohini that you might not know is that she is very spiritual. Whoever is around her is pulled into that spirituality. I have noticed every time around her that we are pulled into that spirituality. She is very real, and she has you might have noticed that she has a certain gravitas and maturity about her. And whenever Dadi Janki used to come to Peace Village, she always used to share that Sister Mohini was the one who invited Dadi to come to London, or actually Sister Mohini wrote to Dadiji and said Dadi Janki should come to London. And the other thing Dadi Janki used to joke about Sister Mohini is that Sister Mohini has an education and Dadi doesn't. And so here today we have our beloved Sister Mohini. Let's all welcome her with a wave. And also I want to mention that the last portion of this session will be dedicated to question and answers. And so I don't see a chat box, but if there is a chat box, do send us your questions and Sister Mohini will answer. Sister Mohini, welcome.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yeah, can you all hear me? Yes. Thank you, Shireen. Lovely to hear a little bit about myself. Thank you for that. And I don't know, within these 10 minutes, suddenly I start feeling the presence of Dadi Janki. And I had been strong all the time since she took her angelic form and felt her presence. But suddenly I became very emotional and I said, Daddy always loved us and had very, very, I can say bhavana, not expectations. Because when there is expectation, then there is disappointment. But she had bhavana in each one of us. And one day she was saying that both of us, she was saying for herself and me, whatever we are today is because of bhavana for each other. And she always used to acknowledge that our bhavana of double foreigners in her has created her to be what she is today. So I was remembering her, and I'm sure this whole connection of her living body and the world in complete pause. Complete pause. 184 countries. They don't know their future. They don't know what's going to happen to their structures. As you all must have heard in USA, within 24 hours, sometimes 800, 1,000 people die. Yesterday it had reduced to 300. Of course, in New York is worse. So our sisters from Manhattan, Queens, they have gone to Peace Village. Anyone goes from New York, anywhere, they have to have self-quarantine, which we did when we came from India also. We still have social distancing, but I feel it is the presence of Baba with us the way Baba is guiding us, leading us, and also our ancestor souls with us, creating this whole inner, fearlessness or being stable and feel supportive. Since Dadi has left, we did 13 days of transition time for Dadi, which we offer bhog every evening, and not realizing that because of Zoom, we got the Zoom for all the countries of the region. And within 2 days, we gave everyone Zoom number. So we used to be about 1,000, 1,200 for bhog every evening on Zoom. And then when 13 days were over, they said, well, we still not working. We are at home. Centers are closed. And anyway, so we had 2 weeks of 14 days of tapasya. It was especially 2.5 hours in the evening and then whole day, different timings. And when that was over on 30th of April, they said, oh, we don't want to stop. We still want something. So from yesterday, we created something called early days experiences of Yagya, where we show 30 pictures of Yagya. Then we have 3 dadis because we have 45 dadis who left body. We talk about them, kind of make ourselves feel part of Yagya, belonging to Yagya. So today was actually second day for that. So why I am emotional with Dadi, because the room I am sitting is the room which is living room, and we call it White House because building is white. Now we call it a Vyakti house. So our Baba's room is upstairs. And there was a time that he used to go for Amrit Vela upstairs. And then she couldn't climb. She used to come almost every year. And she said, in this room, can we make this Baba's room? So I said, it's okay. So we put Shiv Baba's picture, we put Brahma Baba, and every evening she will come and she will meditate here, and we all also sit with her. And amazing, today, almost whole world comes in this room. I had South Africa, I had Middle East, I had, many, many countries, whole region. Actually, every evening we are 1,200, 1,300, sometimes more. We are together here on Zoom for 2 hours. So this whole connection of Dadi living and world situation, actually something very significant, because what is happening today with the fear of this virus, which I immediately, when I heard word corona, I changed it to karuna. Karuna means compassion. And I said, because there is no compassion, of course, with human beings, maybe there is still, but then animals and elements and the entire creation, there is no compassion. So since then, I just only think not corona, I say karuna, because someone said that the toxin of the news of corona can also bring a big impact on the minds, because it's so much spreading, so fearsome. Nothing, even World War II was amongst certain nation, not 184 countries. And United States, which always thought has a lot of strength, has completely kind of nervous because so many deaths and 40 million unemployment and very, very drastic. So I would like to talk a little bit about present time. I think it's already morning there. for us tomorrow, Sunday morning, but I read Avyak Murli of Importance of Confluence Age. You already must have heard that Murli in the morning. So, of course, Baba says it's time to accumulate powers, time to earn multi-millions fold income. That means for one action, the reward is multi-million times. Time is critical. Time is critical because world will not be same anymore. Even if we are opening up, but still world will be different. But then for us, even the world is in very delicate situation, critical situation. For us, it is a great opportunity in many, many different ways. The first one is that I think since we become Baba's children, most of you have double lokik job and a lokik, spiritual service. So timetable quite tight. Sometimes we try to find balance, but it was not possible. There is a saying, early to bed, early to rise, but that was not case. Late to bed and early to rise had been kind of routine. So I thought that Baba's children got to be really a life of Raj Yogi. And we could think of our spiritual childhood days when we had good Amrit Vela, we were able to keep chart, we did proper traffic control, and it's kind of, in a very balanced way, we live between Lokik and Alokik life, Lokik and spiritual life. So Baba has given us time. I see for myself, I always study, always have been, I love to, read Murli few times. I listen Murli after Amrit Vela recorded Murli in Hindi, then I listen from Harmony House, then I read. It takes because first time when I read, it's like I'm reading. I don't get much. Then second time, third time, then I start seeing the nectar and the jewels of knowledge and the treasures. But now I have little more time, even it is quite busy in many different ways for contemplation and also like not feeling the pressure, but in a very natural way, there is more and more realization. And as I feel that even if there is social distancing, I think it's in many countries, but spiritually there is a lot of closeness. So for the self, for realization, for healing the self, and really, really internally giving the rest of silence, deep rest of silence in the sense it's not mind always is going on, intellect always planning one program after other. And now we know you can plan, but we're not sure what's going to happen then. But then God's plan and drama plan makes things happen. What I find this program, which we're doing for 5 weeks now, there was no planning. The thought was that Daddy loves to meditate in this room. We will do it. And 10 minutes we will share, have some churning, which Daddy loves to do it, which I had started doing little bit before that too. But it's God's plan, it's drama plan. So even if intellect plans, it might be different, but then what Baba and drama plans is always very, very wonderful. So intellect doesn't need to really go a lot into planning. But what is very important at this time, which I'm paying a lot of attention to, have a very, very clear line with Baba, good connection with Baba. We are doing this collective yoga bhatti with Avek Bab Dada giving exercise. And I say 1 minute, Baba says 1 second. Within 1 second, you are with Baba, you are soul incorporeal at home within 1 second. To be in that stage and to experience within 1 second, that means we need enough practice, right? So that we can do. So this clear intellect is very, very important, and also clean in the sense of, avoid to read, watch television, read this book, that book, just pure knowledge from Murli's reflection, clear intellect. So some mornings at Amrit Vela, like I just amazingly, like as if Baba is saying, child, do this, do this, do this. This is this. Naturally, I wake up very early. And then it's so clear that I just get up and I start writing because, oh, I might forget. Let me write what. And I don't use words that Baba is saying it, but I definitely feel that intellect is so clear that it's coming from Baba. Because this question about is Baba saying or how do I know Baba saying, my mind saying, doesn't arise when, when it's from Baba. Like once I asked Didi Sr.Mohini, we are all used to ask, how do I know this is my mind, this is Baba? She said, let's see, you have a explanation or an idea. And then you talk about it or you keep it in mind. And if that doesn't get implemented or happens in practical, you will say, I don't know why I had this idea, it's not working. But if it is from Baba, you will never say that. You will just remain detached. And you know internally that if it's from Baba, it's going to happen. So many visions Brahma Baba had. All of us have experienced what Dadi Janki thought for me, has vision for me 10 years ago. I didn't do many things. Like for her, do it now. Dadi Janki will say, you can do it now. I will say, Dadi, make little like, not now, maybe later. One time she suddenly, I think gentleman or someone couldn't go to Malaysia. There was call of time. So they called me and said, you have to go. So I called Malaysia embassy and they said it takes 2 days to get visa, but they wanted to leave. If I have to reach, I have to leave today. So I told Dadi, they're asking for 2 days visa and it will be late. She said, no, you just go, you will get it. That was her energy. You just go. She will travel with me in Caribbean. She's in Guyana. Daddy, I don't want to go to Suriname. And then by the evening, I want to go. Daddy, how we will get booking? The person who used to do booking for Daddy, because Daddy could change her mind anytime. I finish 1 day before, I want to leave now. How will we change bookings? But that person who used to do Daddy's bookings internally knew if Daddy is saying it will happen. So what I'm just saying that when there is something from Baba, then you don't have wasteful thinking about it. But if it is mine, then I get, oh, I'm not sure what's going on and will it happen or not. There could be wasteful thinking. So Amrit Vela is a very good time to sit with clear intellect. And clean, I said, from influences. I myself remind, to myself saying, don't listen because people call, they give different news, and I, I say, no, I just want to be with Baba. So at this time, this not only yoga of intellect with Baba, but also very, very deep natural remembrance of Baba. We had been having a lot of discussion for these 2 weeks on what is the difference between yoga and remembrance. Yoga is connection, yoga is link, and you feel Baba's power, Baba's presence, but remembrance is really from your heart, love. While doing something, being karma yogi, like there is very, and in remembrance, what you feel, two things. One is Baba's presence, other is like you are inheriting Baba's virtues. So many Murlis Baba said, children, you should be sweet, you should talk sweetly. And when we see Brahma Baba, he was always sweet, he never had anger. But sitting in remembrance of Baba, you will experience that sweetness coming from Baba, which makes you sweet. So it's not from intellect, you expecting that you will be sweet. You could become forceful, you can become little bit upset. So remembrance has a very, very, it's called journey, but it's very sweet in the sense of it has to be natural. Mm. For any person, any relationship, anywhere, mm, then its remembrance is very natural. You can't force remembrance. Yoga, you can still sit and then prepare and then connect, but remembrance is very natural. And I this time feel luckily for 2.5 years, I am more grounded, not traveling much. I did went into a lot of this whole experience of pilgrimage of remembrance. So I think that we all can experiment on yoga, connection with Baba, but also remembrance where truly the experience of purity, the sweetness, Baba's love, his kindness, forgiveness, so many Baba's qualities are experienced. The power which you receive through this remembrance is completely different. It's not Raj Yoga power. You feel as Baba is giving his powers to us. So for the self, this time is a great opportunity for all of us. And I think we should use it. We might have another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Today I heard, I was talking to Guyana, they said their curfew extended for month. In India, their curfew extended for 2 weeks. In USA, nothing is compulsory. People are sensible. So most of you don't see any person on the road. Like in our area, I don't see anyone. Even it's springtime, beautiful flowers, sunshine, but they are sad also because there's no one around to even appreciate those plants. And then I think it's also good time for us to be together in family. We got this Zoom, and Zoom is, before we thought they were doing webinar. In webinar, I can't see you all, but in Zoom we can see. So if every center gets it, then collectively, like here I do it, and the whole region connects every evening. We are together. Like in Brazil, with one Zoom, they are about 200, then Spanish countries, and they are so all of us are together. And within the family, you know, they were asked, they asked me to give class in Gyan Sarovar. So I was telling them that they keep sending pictures that because there are no servants, there are no sevadaris, only nivasis are allowed to stay. So they have to clean, they have to wash pots. So I told them it's so good to it doing karma yoga together. Even they have social distancing, even they cleaning, they are 10 feet apart from each other. But still, like, so I was telling them it's the time for family mm, to know each other more. Not only that, but four things are important within the family, which we all should use them. The first is spiritual love, because it's a spiritual family, right? So soul conscious love, not a practice of, you know, of course, giving drishti and sharing love. And second is respect everyone's ideas. And third important quality is cooperation. And the last one is courage. Anyone at any point is discouraged because of any reason, like yesterday's blessing, to uplift yourself and uplift others, help everyone so that we all continue together on journey. Whenever I sit with Baba, offer bhog to Baba, Baba always reminds me, I am with all of you. I am your supreme guide. Baba is with us. But sometimes our way to connect with Baba, we are so conditioned from the past. See, Baba came Brahma Baba, so we spent hours and days and months with him. Then he became Avyak. Then also was a small group, individual meetings. And then was just video, still felt the presence of Baba. But now his presence is much more, is much more. Only I have to somewhere, when my heart is full of love, I have faith in Baba, I think of Baba, the presence is experienced more and more. So I want to kind of share this, that Baba is with us. No one should ever, it hurts me when somebody said, Baba doesn't come anymore. I said, he can't keep coming all the time. No? Time is changing, role is changing. We also have to be now in the incorporeal stage to experience incorporeal Baba, in angelic stage, experience angelic Baba. So Baba is always, always present with us. And I find that for ourselves in family, mm, simplicity is very important. Even our food at this time should be very simple, should be proper, balanced, but not like with Brahma Bhojan, we say, let's have this and this. We had been making very simple food, remembrance of Baba, offer bhog, and then we eat. So I think that it's a very, very good opportunity for family to be spiritual together. Maybe in your region, you can also, Zoom is not a big thing. We took suddenly, even before all this, 1 month before that, we had been using Zoom here in White House. So we thought, let's take a business account where 100 can have account in the same. Then we had 500. Now we can be 1,000 in the Zoom. so it can be explored, and then this will create a very, very lovely communication within the region, and of course now we're doing internationally also. But most interesting thing is about service, because we have so many opportunities are coming for service. It's online. If anyone calls and say, my this family member is not feeling well, can you do yoga? He said, we will do, but not I will do, whole family will do. So there is a lady, she's Sindhi, but she has family worldwide. So 140 members, they all do meditation together on Zoom for that soul. And now we have to fix half an hour, whosoever calls. We said, you join that, because always someone calls, like within last month, 2, 3 souls left body. So funerals are online, viewing on the line. So one good service is that we say, no, we all will do. And then now medical people, because they are very stressed. So 2 weeks ago, the Federation of Medical Association of USA, they wanted meditation, so they invited Shivani first, but then there is follow up. So there are few hundred of them online. They're learning meditation, and then people, looking families, everywhere, like online meditation is going on. And of course, we didn't want it to start courses, but there is a big, big line, large number. So we are creating short course instead of 7 days, so that we can give them. So, and then see, more and more organizations are now calling, and they want meditation. Because they are stressed, they have fear. I'm sure you all are aware how much fear there is. Just imagine, you can't touch anything. You can touch your face also. Even in the Zoom, like sometimes I touch, they start sending me email, don't touch your face. But I said, I didn't go anywhere. I haven't touched anything. This is still, you can't do it. So it's like so much fear for that. Don't touch space, don't go out. Don't. I mean, there are so many jokes coming out that animals are coming out to see how we all are in the zoo. They are more free now. So interesting. Mm. But we know that it's all nothing new. What Baba had told us exactly what is happening today, that there will be time, there will be diseases, there won't be any cure. Even they're promising us, they're not sure yet. They are trying it, but how long it will take. Elements, of course, we were so much about fire in Australia, but here also earthquakes, flooding, there's so many elements. Puerto Rico has again earthquake, had been having many islands. Flooding is very common. And Baba had said, children, time will be there. There will be starvation. People won't get to it. And all that is, whatever is happening, Baba has told us, honestly, but especially this situation is so suddenly it happened and drastically changed the whole drama situation, completely different. No? Well, all airlines and big industries and Boeing, you know, everything is really completely stopped, blocked. Anywhere you talk, there is worry, there is pain, there is hurt, and a lot of fear. So this is the energy spreading. So we all also, Baba's children, have to be very protective emotionally, because sadness of the world, the suffering of the world. 2 days, 3 days before, I was hearing Dadi Gulzar's class. She was saying, how many 100,000 more than souls left body, and they advising people at this time not to give birth to children, so they can't go home. So that's why Baba had been saying. So in your mind, you have to keep saying, go to liberation, go to liberation, go to liberation. So their energy of any suffering of any kind doesn't affect us. Especially if there is, one thing we have to make 100% sure, that my faith and love for Baba is 100%. It was recently someone said, or I said, that whenever there are waste thoughts, that means your battery is not charged. So when battery is low, then you have a lot of waste thoughts. I myself find that sometimes like little bit energy of some kind of sadness, not sad, but it's like there is something. mm, And of course, just imagine whole world, billions of souls going through something has a strong negative emotion there. And then still very few are realizing that why this is happening. Right? There is a kind of energy of revenge, energy of revolt. Of course, it's from impurity, but it's coming from other creation of the world. They are hurt, they're suffering. So that's why I use word compassion. And this message of compassion has been taken on very nicely. And I did say very good article we wrote and we send it in Rosary about 6 qualities under compassion. So I think that we all have to remain physically safe. We have to spiritually enriched, uplifting, help each other. It's about 5 weeks now that we every evening we have something yoga bhatti together, sharing together. You can do locally, nationally, regionally, whatever way, but also emotionally very, very stable. Don't allow any wasteful thoughts or doubt to come. But Baba assures us that we are under his canopy. Only we have to just be very stable. And Baba had been saying, and I was very inspired by the Murli when Baba gave the 4 special qualities of Arjun. Arjun means being number one. And the first one I like is that change thought into image, be practical. Every thought should become implemented. Concentrated to a point, like Arjuna was told to look into the eye, but also the ball of the eye and hit the arrow. And very much whole time the nectar of knowledge, energy of knowledge, to keep ourselves so that emotionally we are also not only unaffected, but our immune system stays strong, but also our capacity to serve also increases, because there will be, word Baba used, there will be flood of service, which we finding even now. We saying to people, wait, because we don't want to keep again get into that busy schedule. So we say, okay, twice a day we will have online meditation or different kinds of programs. All the retreats in Peaceful Age are online. Silence retreat this weekend is inner power, inner peace. And may not be 180, but 110 all the centers, whatever retreats were booked, every retreat is happening online. So they keep busy weekend. And of course, some people, centers are asking about finances. And so I had been requesting in my talk that even if you don't go, but you should mail your contribution to the centers so they can take care of their regular expenses, and requesting centers also to be very, very simple, and whatever is not necessary, but you have to pay bill for insurance, utilities, the basic expenses of the place, whether you use it or not. And I had been also asking many that those who have extra, they can send their contribution of 3 months so that, center can have enough. And I'm sure that you all are doing well physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, because there every retreat there is a question about what's the future about finances. Baba has guaranteed us dal and roti. So of course, you know, but this creates lot of unlimited distaste in us and preparing us for unlimited service, where there won't be any limits, boundary. But I have to build up my subtle energy, spiritual capacity, so that I can serve. It will be now serving in a short, won't be 2 hours, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. You will be able to say and make them experience what we would have done in 2 hours. So lot of Baba's signals, Murlis, blessing in the Murli, which we read every night and apply it whole day, collective yoga bhakti, all these things are sustaining us and keeping us well. And I'm really, really very happy and delighted, especially to see all of you, because it makes a lot of difference. And I always remember my trip to Australia. I haven't been there long, and many other countries of Asia. Baba had given me time for 2 years, maybe, to prepare subtly, and I'm very happy that wherever I couldn't go, I'm able to go now. So thank you for inviting me, and thank you for giving me time. And I'm very, very happy to be with all of you. And as I say, I feel Baba's presence, I feel Dadi Janki's presence. We have to watch drama, and let's all be together spiritually with Baba as a family. Om Shanti.
So Mohini Ben, this is Charlie speaking from Sydney.
Yes.
And really it's been so special. It felt like me that the whole region's been invited into your room in Harmony in actually White House. Like we're all sitting with you, because it was like a chit chat, a very heartfelt and loving way. And I feel drama is just so accurate, because I think I've always felt your specialty is to go into the depth and original thinking, original ideas. And often we can't travel to New York or hear you, but now
Brother
according
Charlie, we
Yeah.
can't see you. Your video is off.
Oh, is it? Okay. Sorry, everyone. My picture just went off, but I was just saying that it's so accurate in drama that we're able to listen to Mohini Ben from any corner of the world. And in a way, drama is allowing us to take benefit of your specialty to go into the depth and original thinking, original churning which I feel is incredibly important for all of us at this time. And Mohini Ben, we've had, I think, family members from China in both Cantonese and Mandarin, from Indonesia, Japan, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam. I think we're in Tamil and Hindi. There's so many languages have been taking benefit. And I was feeling not only the wisdom, but I think sometimes the vibrations I'm feeling are becoming more and more important, the vibrations of purity. And to be honest, when we started all of these webinars, I thought, oh, through the computer, you don't get the same feeling, but actually get those sweet feelings from all of you. So we do have some who'd love to ask you some questions. And I wonder, do you have a few minutes for questions, Mohini Ben?
Yeah, sure. I will be able to.
Thank you. So Shireen, a few have put up their hands. So are you able to get them to come in? And I'm not sure exactly what to do myself.
You just unmute now and say, raise the hand and unmute you from your computer.
Okay.
Okay, Bhumi Ben is also unmute you, but then you all will be unmuted, but you can do on your own, right? Bhumi will tell. They are technical experts.
Thank you.
It is Bhumi Ben's idea of Zoom, in the everywhere.
Maybe
Om Shanti, yes. Mange Nathan is unmuted if he wants to ask a question. He raised, is it
Good.
he or a she? Sorry. You can ask a question. Oh, you did again. No. Okay, the next one is Nonleni Ung. Sorry about the pronunciation. You are unmuted if you want to ask a question. Okay.
What's happening? They can have to unmute locally too, no?
Yes, we can't hear you if you are saying something, Nonleni Ung.
Unmute your computer, yeah.
Okay, now we have Vaini. You're unmuted if you want to share something, any question you may have.
Hello to all.
Oh, finally. Thank you. Go ahead, we can hear you. Vaini, can you repeat the question, please?
No question, just hello to Mohini Ben and Om Shanti. No question.
Okay.
Hello, Om Shanti.
Barbara, you're unmuted.
I didn't realize that I was, and I have really no question for Mohini Ben, but it's just so nice, really, really nice to be connected right around the world and see such precious jewels from, well, everyone, but especially from Mohini Ben. I am very much not an IT person. I'm out of the age bracket, but just to actually hear Mohini and being here in New Zealand and hearing her from America, it's just so wonderful. And I'm really grateful for this IT technology. So thank you, Mohini Ben, and thank you that I was able actually to see you all, or see some of you, and to hear Mohini Ben. Thank you. Bye.
Patricia, you're unmuted. You raised your hand.
Yes, Om Shanti, good morning and hello everyone. The question I have was something that I've been feeling, which Sister Mohini had mentioned. Didi, you had said something about sometimes you feel a little sad. And I had been wondering how come I have this feeling and I was questioning myself whether it was because I didn't do enough. I didn't have good yoga, or I haven't fulfilled the 8 hours we were supposed to do, or I didn't remember Baba enough. But you were also saying something about making ourselves very stable emotionally because we can catch the vibrations of fear, of sadness, of increasing negativity, and of course uncertainty of the
God,
whole world.
hello. थोड़ा सा मिलना.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is the
Mm,
question clear? So I'd like
Yes.
to know, how can I tell whether it is some lack in my effort and my connection and my love for Baba, or if it is catching the vibrations of the world and I'm not emotionally uh, um, how could you call it, insulated by it or affected by it, or how can I do both? Prevent myself from getting affected and increase my love. Something will help, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
think what you're saying, sadness, is could be normal. When I say that many instruments call me and they said I'm very sad, and I find too that energy of the outside world of suffering and fear, uncertainties, poverty, hunger, all that could definitely affect every human mind. As some psychologists are saying here, that the toxin of all that news can also reduce the immune system of healthy people. But what I do is that really kind of keep myself quite, uh, like either start churning knowledge, read knowledge, listen to Baba's song. You have to keep giving to yourself. Like one of the things they say here for prevention or to keep immune system strong is to keep drinking hot water with lemon. But also from India, we have got something with we make every night. We have turmeric powder in the water, or to just keep immune system strong. So I think same is for the soul, because even if you have good yoga, so don't doubt yourself that. But I'm definitely saying we need to do more than what before. Like we will read only once, as I said. For me, after Amrit Vela, I try to listen to Murli, and the blessing I practice, that collective yoga, Baba's Avyak Baba, the drill. Every traffic control, I do that drill, whatever Baba said in the morning. It's a very short drill. And so I think you have to keep giving yourself consistently during the day. And if nighttime, if you have any dream, you just wake up, you sit next to your bed, either you play music, Baba's music. That means you have to keep creating the presence of Baba in your mind. There should be constant churning of knowledge. I think this is very much required. And like for me, as sometimes, bodily or emotionally, I immediately, it's 2.5 years, I don't allow even a single thought. When I say even few start coming, I immediately make them very elevated, or I will start, you know, playing some song, remember Baba. So we will need that to build up keep our immune system of the soul very strong, where, and reminding yourself that why you have to do this, because it's not question of only you are helping yourself to be not sad, but also you have too many others who will want some kind of comfort, they will want peace, they want to So one thing I have learned to do a lot is I really keep my mind very calm and go very often in silence so that I can recharge myself. So you had been doing whatever, but you have to look into more, you know. So I think that's why I said it's an opportunity Baba has given us to make efforts for the self. It could be all 24 hours. You know, one time I was telling sister that, you know, sometimes in your dream you could feel that corona is there, you know. So because it's like such a vast unexplained kind of violence that you could feel it's omnipresent. I say instead of God, omnipresent. But for us, it's Baba who is with us. Baba has given us knowledge. Keep your energy level very elevated by having, you know, our return journey. We have to go home. Baba is with us. And as much possible, you know, remembrance is one thing I find, especially, you know, when you lie down in bed, it's not you immediately sleep. Some can just go in deep remembrance of Baba. So your night, your dreams, because energy is all over, no? When it's day, it's night somewhere. When our night is day somewhere. So it's 24 hours that energy is there. And it will last for a while. So we have to build up our immune system by giving us proper knowledge, more churning, remembrance of Baba, more study, you know, keeping our mind and in between lot of silence also, which is very healing, which I think it charges us also. So don't worry that you didn't do enough, but just realize that we have to do it more now. And that's what's necessary to create a good timetable. I hope this will satisfy you. Yes?
If I may, or a comment or something that I've heard, and something that I see also as a means to get over. There has been talk about um, going into the creative aspect of the self to be able to stabilize the self, remain calm. It's like embrace some form of creativity, some form of artistry. And this is something that I get excited with, to energize myself, to keep myself balanced and not too serious. Is it something that you think, as Brahmins?
Patricia,
Yes, I'm
Patricia,
sorry.
we have a few more people who have raised their
Okay,
hand.
okay.
Okay,
Then just hold that, and
okay,
just allow the others. Thank you so much for the
sure.
time.
Thank you. Bhaskaran Bhai, you
Om
have
Shanti sister, Om Shanti Didi. I'm from Sri Lanka. Didi, I just want to know, Baba used to tell there will be a lot of difficulties from the wandering souls. Now already more than 200,000 people have become wandering souls. So how we could serve them?
Shirley, Shirin, can you repeat it? Because
he's asking that there are more than 200,000 wandering souls, and Baba has said that there will be difficulty from wandering souls. So how can we serve them?
I just send good wishes, you know, send good wishes. Don't do special tapasya or anything. Just send good wishes, you know. That is the best way to serve. Not because, you know, many many BKs in the past have done little more. Then it becomes difficult because you don't necessarily want to be around, they want to be around you. But wherever you are, just keep giving good wishes. So your vibrations of goodwill will be shield for you, will be helpful to them.
Thank you, Mohini Ben. Thank you so much. I know there's some more questions, but I know your time is extremely valuable. You're doing so many webinars, and I wonder maybe in the future if we could have another webinar with you sometime and there'll be more time for some questions. Would that be okay?
Yeah, you can, Shireen can send me the questions. Yeah, and we will fix something, definitely, but I also wanted to just say one thing. Uh, Ours was 7:30 here, and every evening at 7:30 for another 12 days, we have something like what we call as experiencing early days of Yagya. And if any one of you want to join, we have little capacity because we have 1,000 capacity, but we are sometimes 750, 800. Plus the groups are there, like they connect with their center. So any one of you want to enjoy that, you can come for have little meditation, and it's about half an hour about yagya, you know, pictures of yagya, and it's because I don't know, I feel that many at this time needed to connect more with yagya, with ancestor souls, and some they have heard all this, but they have never experienced. So we're creating something where souls can experience or they belong to Yagya. Yagya is for them. How Yagya is nurturing us. So love for Yagya and sister souls also. So we have, like 50 samdharis. So I'm just inviting if anyone wants to join. So you can get the link and you can just come in. And I know that from China, I have seen some of them. Madam Chen had been there for Tapasya, but some had been there for Dadi's offering a book for 13 days. So you are most welcome. And then whenever Charlie Bhai, you give us time because it's quite, you know, like many are there. But if you tell us in advance, I think timing suits me, 7:30. Today we stopped hours earlier. Generally we finish 8:30, but today we finished at 7:30. We started early, so we can always adjust. And I'm really very happy that we all can be together and look at each other and share. Charlie has to something, otherwise we will remember Baba together. Brother Charlie, you want to say?
I just once again, Moniben, thank you so much on behalf of the whole region. I can't underestimate how much we appreciate your lovely company. And thanks to the sisters also for organizing everything, and Shireen. So can we have just a few minutes of drishti? If you can give drishti virtually, we would all love that for a few moments. Thanks again.
Everyone keep well, right? You will stay well, but keep well, everyone. Right? Okay, let's remember Baba.
Charlie Bhai, one second. Charlie Bhai, I think there is one sister is raising and saying she wants to sing. So I don't know.
If she wants to sing, she's welcome to sing. But some may have to go, and unfortunately, I also have to go. But
No, it's your group. Somebody. Okay, I unmuted you, sister. Sing.
While meditating, you can sing.
yes, she can sing.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Om Shanti.
We can't hear you very well. Speak louder, please.
You're always there. You're by my side. I can rest in your arms. Sometimes I'm so confused. Sometimes I am bothered and bruised. You heal my wounds and nurture me. You give me my strength. 'Cause you are my guiding light, my shining night in the midst of the dark. You're the air that I breathe, the water of life. You are my sun and moon, the stars that shine in the heavens above. You're my father, you're my friend, you're my teacher, and yes, you're my guide. You're my Baba, you're always with me all the time, Baba, and your energy, your golden light is always with us. Baba, 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 Baba,
बाबा तो यही कहीं बाबा मेरे आस पास हो आते नजर नहीं पर मेरे साथ साथ हो तो यही कहीं बाबा मेरे आस पास हो आते नजर नहीं पर मेरे साथ साथ हो तुम तो यही कहीं बाबा
Om Shanti and good morning, good night for us. Chalo, unmute.
Thank you.
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Om Shanti.
Hello,